Hello everyone. We just got back from Baker Creek last night. Today is Tuesday, May the 7th, and look at the garden. It's been a lot of growth in 2 days. Tomatoes are doing excellent. These are some that I purchased from Walmart in Covington, Louisiana, and they were in the same pot. I split them up. These are Roma tomatoes, because I don't really like eating fresh tomatoes, but I do like making salsa and pasta sauce and things like that. And there's the 2 pepper plants over there. Behind that, that's the Swiss chard. There's 1 volunteer corn back there. And that one is some turnips that I'm planting. It's kind of hot here, but as you can see that they're kind of like in the shade a little bit, so I'm thinking that's going to help keep them cool enough that maybe I can get some greens and some small turnips before they bolt. And this one you can't really see too well. There's 3 peppers on the back side of that pallet that I've transplanted, and then in the other 2 sections of that pallet planter is onions that we started from sets. And the little blue planters, those are blackberries. There's another one right there behind all that. Those are blackberries we got from Baker Creek. We have 3 different types. I don't remember exactly. I know one of them was like Navajo, but I got the assortment. So, and then this awesome thing. Well, first that's basil, which is actually doing pretty good considering I thought it was going to do terrible, but I learned how to prune it, and so it's doing pretty good now. This awesome thing here is our raised bed planter. It's about 14 inches deep. It has potatoes, which we started from potatoes that were store-bought, that have just grown. I mean, they were like here when we left, and now, I mean, they've grown like a foot. And then this thing here that's running all up, this is the rattlesnake pole bean from Baker Creek, and they are doing excellent. And this bed is also potatoes right here with a little pot of marigolds. And there's also some marigolds in the Swiss chard, along with a giant ant bed that we have to do something about. Also right there is one of our apple trees that we got last year. It's leafing out excellently, looking really good. In these pots I started some more okra seed, because I'm having trouble getting it to come up. These obviously are not coming up. There's some grass in there, so I'm still waiting on that. And this is my little makeshift greenhouse. These peppers have done excellent. I don't know which is which, but these are either the Craig's Grande Jalapeno or the Emerald Giant Bell Pepper. And so I just used a cardboard box, layer it with aluminum foil so that it doesn't get all soaked. And then I just put the water in here and let them pull from the bottom. This little okra here kind of dried out while I was gone. This is a beefsteak tomato. This is from the Ferry Morse brand. You can get it at Walmart, but it's doing excellent, despite the fact that I realized it was a pelleted seed afterwards. Those little peppers there are not doing quite as good because they didn't have the water in their container. Still waiting on this. These are Brussels sprouts that the seeds had already sprouted, but they're not coming up. So I'm thinking they're not going to do anything. I think they keep drying out too bad. And then on the top, here is our cabbage. This is the Coeur de Bois cabbage. I'm probably not saying that right because I'm not French. Sorry, French people. This is an oxheart type cabbage. But it's also supposed to be pretty tolerant to the heat. So it's the cabbage that I'm supposed to be able to grow in the spring and summer months. So we'll see. And then over here, some more of those Brussels sprouts. It looks like I have 4 that have made it. All of those were Brussels sprouts. So hopefully we get some of those in our little makeshift greenhouse, which is just a storage shelf with some plastic wrapped around it. And our chicken tractor, which had our broilers in it, is empty because we have decided that today is the day for these little fatties. So, time for them to go. So we have 8 of them that we're going to be butchering. And we do have a GoFundMe which I will link in the description, to try to raise the money to get a chicken plucker. It's about $400, which we really can't afford right now because we're not really doing these for other people quite yet. We're raising them for ourselves. So we are trying to get a plucker, and I will link the GoFundMe. So if you guys want to support us in that, you can. But today we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. So may take a few video clips of us doing that so you can see just how difficult it really is. And time-consuming, of course. So time for these guys to become freezer meat. So they've been good, but it's time for the end of the road. Alright, let's get to it. He's almost done with the first one, guys. And we're at 3 minutes. Not counting the time that he was doing it before I started filming him. Now the chicken plucker says that you can do 2 chickens in it at one time, and it takes about 30 seconds. So you can see huge difference between hand plucking. And also you get all the feathers stuck to your hands. So I'm going to put the camera down and I'm going to start plucking, and we'll see how long it takes. We're at 12:36 right now. When I come back, I'll let you know how long it took for these 8 birds. Okay guys, we just got finished. So it was about 12:30 when we started the plucking process. Probably about 12:25 when we started with killing the first 3 birds. We did them 3 at a time. We had 8 altogether, and so it's now 2:31. So it took us just over 2 hours to do 8 birds. And so now we're going to let them set. We have these bus pans that we get from Sam's that we use for like honey and stuff like that, and obviously we clean them. So we just felt like this would be the best thing to put the birds in to let them rest, something big enough that we could fit all of them in. We have a bag with the livers, and we're also saving the hearts this time. So we've never eaten them before, but we've heard that the hearts are usually pretty good, so we're going to try it. And then of course this one looks different. This was not a skinless chicken. This chicken I had to actually skin rather than just pluck, because when I went to pull the feathers off, like this row here, the skin just ripped just clean open, and so we just went ahead and just skinned this one. So we'll have to use a different cooking method to make sure it doesn't dry out. Another thing to note, these birds, some of them may have been a little bit young for harvesting, because some of them are quite like skinny right here. I mean, you can see based on my hand, like, so but also these were straight runs that came from Tractor Supply. And so for an example, this one is a pullet, which is a female, and then this one is a rooster or male. And I mean, you can see like the difference in the thickness of the meat here. It's much thicker. So if you have a choice to buy, like if you're ordering, try to get all males, because obviously you're going to get more meat in less time and with probably about the same amount of feed. So that's it. We're done. We're going to put these in the refrigerator and move on to the next thing. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to our channel if you like our videos. And also don't forget to click the link for our GoFundMe and support us in getting a plucker, because 2 hours for 8 birds, man, I would hate to see what 50 birds would be. I think I'd be passed out on the couch before I got done. Alright, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.